Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Ketolena with the evening news. The headlines. Polling to the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly comes to an end. Over 80% voter turnout recorded. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio exudes confidence that NDPP-BJP alliance will win again with record margin. Prime Minister Modi says good governance is most essential for success of government schemes to reach the last mile. And Central Board of Secondary Education issues public alert in connection with fake information about ongoing Class 10th and 12th exam. Now the news in detail. Polling to the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly has come to an end. 83.36% voter turnout was recorded till filing of this report. Voting began at 7 a.m. and ended at 4 p.m. amid tight security. Barring some minor incidents, polling was by and large held peacefully across the state. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio cast his vote at the Government Middle School polling booth under Northern Angami 2 Assembly seat. Other senior and prominent leaders including Deputy Chief Minister Waipaton, T.R. Zilang are amongst those who have cast their votes. Over 13 lakh voters were eligible to exercise their franchise in 2,291 polling stations for 59 assembly constituencies to determine the fate of 183 candidates, including 4 women candidates. Kajeto of the BJP was declared uncontested from Akuloto Assembly constituency. Gaspani 1 Assembly constituency under Tsumukirima district has the highest number of electors, over 74,500 voters, while Mokokchung Town Assembly constituency under Mokokchung district had the lowest number with 8,180 voters. NDPP leader and Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio has exuded confidence that NDPP and BJP will come back with a massive majority to run the affairs of the state once again. Talking to media after casting his vote, Rio said that they will win by a record margin. When asked about if he wins the seat of Chief Minister again, Rio said, by people's support, if that happens, he will be the longest serving Chief Minister. Rio said this will be the 5th term as the Chief Minister consecutively, which is a very good record for any politician. He said, for a troubled state like Nagaland, people's desire in solution for Naga protracted issue, permanent peace and all-round development. On Naga political issue, Rio said the NSC and IM signed framework agreement on 3rd August 2015 and the NNPG signed on 17 November 2017. He felt that the coming together of all the groups gives more hope to resolve the Naga political issue. Rio said, in Nagaland, though the Naga political issue is not resolved, there is peace in Nagaland. Rio added that despite the unresolved solution, the crime rate has come down drastically and has the lowest crime rate against women. On the demand of Eastern Nagaland, Rio asserted that the demand has been long, due to which the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, during his election campaign in the state, assured that the issue will be addressed. Rio also assured that if his government comes back to power, they will give full support for the upliftment, look into deficiencies of infrastructure, literacy rate, and government jobs and build up the economy of Eastern Nagaland. Rio also condemned all the incidents during the polling period. Nagaland is witnessing 4 women candidates vying to script history by becoming the first woman legislator in the state. Since getting statehood in 1963, Nagaland is yet to get a woman MLA in its 60-member house. Significantly, the women candidates were fielded by major national political parties and a local political party. Kahuli Sema contested on a BJP ticket in Atoizu Assembly constituency and Rosie Thompson for Congress in Tanning Assembly constituency. Local party NDPP has set up Hekani Jakhalu at Dimapur 3 Assembly constituency and Salhutunyo Kruse in the Western Angami Assembly constituency. Meanwhile, 387 polling stations were manned by all-women team in the assembly elections held today in the state. In the general elections to the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly, special provisions have been made for the senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and COVID-affected or suspected patients for an all-inclusive electoral process. Polling officials, which consist of 2 polling officials, 1 micro-observer, 1 videographer, and security personnel, carried house visits at the given address to facilitate these voters. The process, which began on the 16th of this month, concluded 1 day prior to the actual day of polling. A press release from the Office of the Chief Electoral Officer, Nagaland, informed that a total of 3,228 applications have been received for the category of senior citizens and 173 for the persons with disabilities. You're listening to the news from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News, Kohima. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has highlighted that good governance is the most essential condition for the success of government works and schemes, and reaching the last mile is only possible with it. Addressing a post-budget webinar on reaching the last mile today, Modi said the more emphasis one puts on good governance, the more easily the goal of reaching the last mile will be accomplished. Modi gave the example of new approaches in the immunization and vaccine coverage, in Mission Indradhanush and COVID pandemic to illustrate the power of good governance in the last mile delivery. Explaining the thinking behind the policy of saturation, Modi said that the approach of reaching the last mile and saturation policy complement each other. Prime Minister Modi said, as opposed to the earlier scenario when the poor were running after the government for basic facilities, now the government is reaching the doorstep of the poor. Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE) has issued a public alert in connection with rumors and fake information about the ongoing examinations of Class 10th and 12th. Alerting public against such unverified news and rumors, CBSE has advised not to participate in such activities or spread such information through any form of communication to maintain the sanctity of examinations at all cost. It has also requested the parents to guide their wards not to believe such rumors and not indulge in any activity. CBSE in a statement said that it has come to its notice that certain unscrupulous elements are regularly spreading rumors on social media platforms about paper leak or claiming to have access to question papers of 2023 exams. Union Minister for Women and Child Development and Minority Affairs, Smriti Irani, inaugurated the Women 20 W20 Inception meeting today at Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar in Maharashtra. Women 20 is an official engagement group under the India's G20 presidency. Addressing the inaugural session, Irani said that W20 may give guidance on how to use best practices to make empowerment of women more effective. Around 150 women dignitaries from G20 member countries, guest countries, and special invitees are participating in the 2-day meeting. Amitabh Kant, Sherpa of G20 Group of Indian Presidency, said, "For growth and greater prosperity, women-led development has to be a key focus of India's presidency. Therefore, India made women-led development a very integral part of the G20 presidency." And Delhi High Court today upheld the validity of Agnipath military recruitment scheme. Dismissing a batch of petitions against the recruitment scheme, the court said it was formulated in the national interest and to ensure that armed forces are better equipped. Bench, headed by Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, also comprising Justice Subramoniam, said there is no reason to interfere in the scheme. During the hearing, Additional Solicitor General Ashwarya Bhatti appeared for the central government and submitted before the court that over 10 lakh aspirants have been given the benefit of age relaxation. To end the news, the headlines here again. Polling to the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly comes to an end. Over 80% voter turnout recorded. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio exudes confidence that NDPP-BJP alliance will win again with record margin. Prime Minister Modi says good governance is most essential for success of government schemes to reach the last mile, and Central Board of Secondary Education issues public alert in connection with fake information about ongoing Class 10th and 12th exam. That's all we have in this evening news. Good night.